my opinion. ETSU is very good. Thought their attention to detail defensively was really high, and Haynes was a handful for sure. The young guards are really good, play hard. They had us searching. Played a bunch of different guys. I thought we had really good contributions from a few guys off the bench. Justin Hill continues to progress. I thought our both bigs that came off the bench did a bunch, not necessarily showing in the final box score as much as it could have. Thought we responded to halftime chat defensively. I thought we were pretty sharp defensively there in the second half, probably our best second half, so it's a positive. I thought Jackson Eder gave us some good stuff, some energy. And then lastly, really happy for Jalen Ingram. It's been a long road for him and getting healthy, and he's been through a ton of adversity in his career. He worked really hard. He's had a great attitude. Our guys love him. They rally around him. He goes 0 for 1, and in 4 minutes he's +9. That's unheard of. So it kind of speaks to the energy that he gave us, the overall just pickup in the aura in the gym. I thought he was tremendous.
Just real quick on Jalen, was it kind of a planned thing to get him in there today, or just, hey, he's ready, let's see what happens?
Potentially, I just thought we were flat. It's when you do put him out there for the first time, you're experimenting, just to be honest, right? And Jalen knows that. We've talked about that. You're evaluating him and how he handles it, because he didn't have an inter squad, he didn't have a scrimmage, a close scrimmage, he didn't have an exhibition, and so you're tooth and nail versus East Tennessee, right? Close game, early second half, and one of the guys on staff suggested it. And the last few days, he's gotten to the point where we said, we're about ready to give him a chance in a game. Athletically, from a conditioning standpoint, he's looked better and better, and this happened to be the one. It could have gone the other way, of course, but he was an inspiration to his teammates. I thought it was probably the biggest factor in the game.
You mentioned the second half. How did you feel about the way you guys finished off this game today?
I like the way we finished it defensively. Our attention to detail, press offense, loose with the ball versus some of their pressure and gambling. We got to clean some of that stuff up. But overall, pretty good. Defensively, very good.
What did you feel like in the first 10 minutes of that second half? That was the point where you guys built like a 12-point lead.
Yeah.
What was really working then to kind of get in that rhythm?
We slowed our tempo a little bit, just kind of picked our spots. I know we were more sharp early second half, and you'll learn I'm not great at these when you go back 18 minutes ago. It's been a long game. Early second half, in terms of how we scored it, Braylon had a couple baskets for us. Was that early or was that mid-second half? The rhythm offensively, I'd have to go back and watch the film. I do like our, top of my head, I liked our shot selection better second half than first half. I also thought first half, we took a few my turns. We took a few my turn to dribble when we've got Braylon or Kyron or M.A. with a seal deep. I thought the difference between Haynes and some of our bigs, I thought that those guys did a really good job. When he's got post position of being willing and able to deliver it. And we've got to get better with that. Certain times, we're a better passing team than that, but I think a lot of times, we catch it and say, I'm going to go make a play off the bounce, or it's my turn to shoot. Again, we've got to get better at what is our shot for us to max out offensively. And we're finding ourselves for sure. We've got ways to go.
You guys started off with moving the ball around a lot in the game. So how do you kind of deliver the message? Let's keep that going throughout the game instead of going my turn.
Just like you said, over and over and over, right? And we'll continue to do that. Guys have to understand that there's one way to play, and that's Georgia getting their best shot. And there's going to be certain games where a big might lead us in shot attempts, or the next game it might be a point guard, the next game it might be a wing off the bench, who knows? And that shouldn't matter. It does for young people, of course, and that's something that we've got to overcome, and we've got to sacrifice. that said, you want guys to play with confidence too, and with some swagger, and you don't want guys to be hesitant. So there's that happy medium that we've got to find, and we did in spurts tonight. Certainly better in the second half, I thought, than early on.
ETSU had a lot of success scoring in the paint. Are you seeing reoccurring issues in as far as defending the paint in these last few games?
Yes, I don't know that we're great defensively in any one area, but I think our guys have done a pretty good job of adjusting to when we're collapsing and when we're defending the three and what's most important, and playing with the lead late. We decided to extend it a little bit more. I mean, on the interior, we've gotten beat up a little bit at times. That said, we're defending the three at a really high level, and the numbers will tell you it's pretty good, right? That's what we're looking to do, but we've got to be able to do both, and do both within the same half and the same game.
You guys had 27 bench points today, but they only had 2. What can you say about the boost that the second unit provides for this team?
Man, it's been every game, right? And it's I said on the radio the parity with now 12. We were at 11, and now we're at 12 guys. Gives you opportunities. It's fortunate, but it also can be unfortunate at times, because I know you know what, a bunch of guys, especially young people, I didn't get a chance to get into a great rhythm, and how many minutes am I going to play? And we don't have a clear cut 7 or 8, and there are teams in our league and teams throughout college basketball that are playing 7, and it's easier probably to define roles and to get into an offensive and defensive rhythm and find that exact identity of who you are. And unfortunately we don't, but fortunately we're really deep, and we're probably a little bit harder to scout. And on any given night, who knows who's going to start and who might produce for us off the bench. And I like the fact that you continue to have guys that are just ready. Jalen being the addition today. Jackson Eder, of course, is always ready to roll, do what he's got to do. Justin Hill's been arguably our best player last 2 games, and he's come off the bench. Braylon's a really good low post scorer, as we all know. I think Frank brings us a presence defensively. We've just got a bunch of guys that complement each other pretty well if we're playing the right way.
Time for 2 more questions.
How complete a game of this was this for Terry Roberts tonight?
Pretty good, a little loose with the ball late. And Terry knows this, but we got that 6 to 5. We got to get to 7 to 3 or 2, right? Other than that, I thought he was fantastic. I thought he was really good. He's just tough. He's confident. Plus 23. He does a lot for us. He brings us. I said the word toughness. I ought to just use it again. He just brings us that physical toughness and resilience that we need more of.
What does having Jalen back mean going forward for you guys?
More uncertainty in terms of what we're doing offensively and defensively, who you play, who you start, and all those things. But we'll figure that out in time. It's not gonna happen overnight. We've got too many options right now. But if you look at it and you say, well, I want to get that thing down to 8 or 9. I don't know who you don't give opportunities to, because these guys are, I like what they give us, and you want to continue to give guys opportunity. It'll play itself out. I don't know that in February we'll be playing 12 guys. You asked about Jalen, most importantly, the initial thought, just happy for him. Just, I hadn't been through something like that, he's been through it a bunch. And his attitude's been awesome. And he'll always remember this one. I mean, he was the MVP of this one, and we needed that boost. And he hasn't been given opportunities, last few games. Coach, I'm ready. And he gets opportunity today. He's had a great attitude. He's led. Happy for him.